Let's talk about a really fascinating shift happening in education. What happens when we design AI not to just spit out answers, but to help us ask way better questions? We're going to explore this whole idea through the story of one student. So let's dive right in.
Okay, so meet Mira. She's got this big science project due in a week on climate and weather patterns. And like so many students, she's totally stuck. You can just picture it, right? Staring at a blank screen, a dozen browser tabs open, books scattered everywhere. She is just lost in the sea of information.
And it's not that she's bored, and it's definitely not because she's lazy. She's just completely overwhelmed. The sheer amount of information is confusing, it's all over the place, and honestly, the more she reads, the more lost she feels. It's a feeling I think a lot of us know all too well. But for Mira, today, something's about to change all of that. See, her teacher is about to introduce a new kind of tool. And no, it's not another search engine or some digital encyclopedia. This is something fundamentally different in how it approaches learning itself. We're going to call this conceptual AI tool Astra. Now, Astra isn't designed to be this all-knowing oracle that just gives you facts. Its entire reason for being is to be a guide, a partner in the process of discovery. And this really gets to the heart of the difference. A typical search engine, it gives you answers, millions of them. But an inquiry-based AI like Astra, well, it's built to spark curiosity. It's designed to make you think, to make you question, and to help you define your own path forward. So when Mira types in her first kind of vague search, what is climate change? Astra doesn't just return a definition. It comes back with this. And that simple sentence, it just completely reframes the entire interaction. It's not about finding a pre-made answer anymore. It's about building a better question. And just like that, with that one single prompt, a huge shift begins. This is where Mira starts her transformation, going from being a passive receiver of information to becoming an active participant in her own education. Prompted by Astra, Mira starts to narrow her focus. And look at this new question. It's so much clearer, right? It's local, and most importantly, it's personal. Suddenly, this massive, abstract topic is connected directly to her own world, and that makes it instantly more interesting. And you can just imagine the emotional shift that comes with that. All of a sudden, Mira feels a sense of ownership over this project. It's hers. She has a choice in where to go next, and for the first time, she has a clear direction. That right there is the foundation of genuine learning. Now, Astra doesn't just leave her hanging, it actually gives her a structured way to explore. First, it helps break down really complex science into language that's easy to get. Then, it connects those big ideas to real-world, local examples she can recognize. And this part is so crucial, it encourages her to go verify those facts with other sources, teaching her how to be a smart, critical consumer of information. Her role has completely flipped. She's not just passively consuming facts anymore, she's now in the middle of a full-blown investigation, comparing sources, asking questions, and really digging in. Okay, so now we get to the really exciting part of the process. This is the moment where all those scattered facts and figures she's been collecting start to come together into something so much more powerful, real understanding. So Mira's got all her research together, and Astra pushes her to the next level of thinking. It asks her to start looking for patterns, because, it's not enough to just have the data. The real learning kicks in when you start seeing the connections hiding inside it. And there it is, that aha moment. She starts to map it out herself, connecting the dots. She sees how higher temperatures are leading to less rain, which is creating water scarcity, which is then made even worse by more people needing water. The key is, she's not being told this. She is discovering it on her own. That right there, that's the absolute power of this kind of learning. It's that feeling when all the scattered pieces of a puzzle suddenly click into place, and you finally see the bigger picture for the very first time. It's an incredible feeling. But when you really step back, this whole journey isn't just about finishing one science project. It's about gaining a skill that's going to last her a lifetime. Just listen to the conclusion she comes up with. It's specific, it's backed up by the evidence she found, and it even proposes a real solution. But the most important part, it's 100% hers. It was guided by AI, sure, but it wasn't written by it. It came from her own investigation, her own critical thinking. So, what we've just seen with Mira's story, well, that's a perfect example of what we call inquiry-based learning. It's an approach that puts the learner in the driver's seat, empowering them to actually construct their own knowledge, not just memorize it. Honestly, I think this reflection from Mira just says it all. The final project itself, that's almost secondary. The real prize here is the skills she's developed. She now understands how to tackle a complex problem, how to ask good questions, and how to build her own understanding from the ground up. Mira's story really gives us a glimpse into a pretty powerful model for the future of education. It's a future where AI isn't a shortcut to an answer, but a tool that amplifies our natural curiosity. A future where technology helps students become true explorers, investigators, and creators. And that really brings us to our final thought. Just imagine the potential here. What does our world look like when an entire generation grows up equipped not just with facts, but with the fundamental ability to question, to investigate, and to learn for themselves? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me.